A crashed car on a quiet New Hampshire road. The driver nowhere to be found. No footprints, no blood, no phone, no answers. In February 2004, 21-year-old Maura Murray vanished after crashing her car on a rural road in Haverhill, New Hampshire. In the hours before her disappearance, she lied to professors, emptied her bank account, and headed north without telling anyone why. What happened to Maura Murray has baffled investigators, haunted internet sleuths, and sparked endless theories. This is the story of one of America's most enduring cold cases. Maura Murray was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. By all appearances, she was smart, athletic, and driven. She came from a hard-working family in Massachusetts, was a former West Point cadet, and ran track in college. But beneath the surface, Maura's life was complicated. She'd recently been in trouble for using stolen credit card numbers. She had crashed her father's car just days before disappearing. And just hours before she went missing, she told her professors she had a family emergency, but no such emergency ever existed. On February 9, 2004, Maura packed her car with clothes, toiletries, and school books. She withdrew almost all the money in her bank account, $280, and bought alcohol at a nearby liquor store. Around 7:25 p.m. in the town of Haverhill, New Hampshire, Maura crashed her black Saturn into a snowbank on Route 112. A local resident heard the crash and called 911. Another neighbor, a school bus driver named Butch Atwood, stopped to check on her. He said Maura appeared shaken but unharmed. When he asked if she needed help, she told him she had already called AAA. That was a lie. There's no cell service in that area. By the time police arrived just minutes later, Maura was gone. The car was locked. Inside were empty beer bottles and a box of wine. Her phone, bank card, and keys were missing, but her favorite stuffed animal and most of her belongings were still in the vehicle. There were no footprints leading into the woods, no blood, no signs of a struggle. It was as if she vanished into thin air. At first, police treated the incident as a standard missing persons case. They believed Maura had run away, possibly to escape personal troubles. But as hours turned into days and no trace of her emerged, the case turned darker. The search included helicopters, scent dogs, and dozens of volunteers trudging through snow-covered woods. Nothing. Theories began to spiral. One theory suggested she was suicidal, triggered by recent stress and personal issues. Another believed she had run away to start a new life, maybe in Canada. Her family, especially her father, Fred Murray, insisted foul play was involved. He's been one of the most vocal advocates for Maura, criticizing law enforcement and pushing for national attention. Then came the strange internet developments. Maura's case was one of the first to gain traction in online true crime forums. Reddit threads and amateur sleuths dissected every timeline, every phone call, every rumor. There were a few possible leads. A rag was found stuffed in Maura's tailpipe. Did someone sabotage her car? A couple claimed to have seen a suspicious man walking near the crash site that night. A security camera captured someone resembling Maura withdrawing money and buying alcohol. A message board post from someone claiming to know her fate, but it was later debunked. But no hard evidence ever surfaced. In 2017, cadaver dogs hit on a basement in a nearby house. The owners had once refused to allow a search. When the new owners cooperated, ground-penetrating radar showed disturbances in the concrete. But when the FBI finally dug up the basement in 2018, they found nothing. Still, the timing and secrecy surrounding the location renewed public interest. Then came a strange twist in 2021. A fragment of human jawbone was found on Loon Mountain, just 25 miles from where Maura disappeared. Speculation exploded. Could this be her? DNA testing ultimately revealed it was not Maura Murray. Another dead end, another heartbreak. Over 20 years later, Maura's case remains unsolved. There has never been an arrest, no suspects publicly named, and no confirmed sightings of Maura. Her father, Fred, remains persistent in his search, continuing to work with journalists and independent investigators. In 2009, Maura was officially declared dead, but her family refuses to give up hope. Her disappearance has inspired books, documentaries, and even a dedicated podcast. Still, the question lingers. What really happened that night in the woods of New Hampshire? Was Maura running from something? Was she met with foul play after the crash? Or did she stage her disappearance and vanish on purpose? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want to dive deeper into more unsolved mysteries, hit that subscribe button. Because sometimes the most chilling stories are the ones without an ending.